My name is Jeff Kleinschmidt. I farm here with my father and my brother Justin. This is what we call Kleinschmidt Farms LLC. We've got about 800 tillable acres. We got about a total of 1,300. We all own it. We don't rent anything. This is our home place here, which is a couple 250 acres of timber soil, lots surrounded by trees, lots of animals. But we've been here for almost 50 years. Mainly corn and soybeans. We do throw in wheat once in a while. We got a few acres of hay, but not very much. Our deer pressure over the years has increased as the deer population has increased. 25 years ago, I would say we had very little problems. Over the years, it has gotten worse. The coon problem has gotten worse also. I would say on an average, we'll probably, if we have 200 acres of soybeans, bare minimum, I will replant at least 35 to 40 acres a year. And that's mainly around the edges, around the timber, fingers in the timber, things like that. The obvious places you would expect deer to take a toll on your crop. It can play a major factor in how much we can grow and not. Early this spring, my fertilizer guy was telling me about a product because we were complaining about deer problems, deer eating my beans. We're going to have to replant beans again. And he says, why don't you try this stuff called M-Pede? I says, I've never heard of it. He goes, it's a product that's supposed to deter deer from eating the soybeans. And I says, well, years ago I tried some products, and I'm not going to say what their names of them were, but they put on an odor that was supposed to deter deer from coming in the field. And we tried it. And it worked for 2, maybe 3 days. And then that was the end of that, or depending on how much rain we got at that point in time. So it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth on these deer deterrent things that are out there. I've heard of other companies making different things. I've never heard of anybody tell me that it's the fix-all problem. So court says, try a little bit of this. So we have 65 acres and 2 fields. They are surrounded by timber on 3 sides, a lot of fingers, white timber soil. We ended up replanting 35 acres this year around the edges of both them fields. And right after I replanted, my guy says, why don't you try this? Put it in with your second round of chemicals. So we have enlist beans, so they're going to get Liberty, they're going to get some Roundup, they're going to get a residual put in there, they'll get a nutrient boost, surfactant. And then we went ahead and sprayed it, and he said, just dump it in. So I said, okay. So we dumped it in. And you can go out here in the early evening about every night and ride around on your side-by-side, and you're going to see deer in the fields every night. It's just standard practice. So after we sprayed this, a couple of days later, we went out there and we didn't see any deer. And I thought, well, it's got to be coincidence. It's just wrong time of the year, the month, whatever. They're just not going to be out there. And we started doing this for 2-3 weeks at a time. And the amount of deer that we seen, I won't say was zero, but it was nothing like it was before. And as we drive around the fields, even the new beans that were coming up, they were not getting eaten. And I was thinking, something's going on. And I can't believe that this product actually works this well. And I don't know the exact time frame, but I'd say they lasted 3 to 4 weeks. That I saw very minimal deer in the field, and there was basically near zero the new beans or the old beans being eaten to where I'd have to replant a second time. I was very impressed with what I saw so far. This year, or I should say for next year, we are going to, as soon as the beans come up and they get a couple inches tall, we're going to go out and we're going to spray just this, nothing else. Water and M-Pede is all. I want to see how much more of a difference that makes. If I can prevent me from having to replant my beans, then this is going to be a major change in what's going to happen on this operation. This M-Pede, in my opinion, is night and day different than what I've seen in the past. I mean, we were talking only a couple, 3 days of deterrent, and now this has lasted approximately 3.5, maybe 4 weeks. That's night and day difference on what I've seen before.